New York City is a state from the United States of America. It was the capital of the United States from 1785 until 1790, and has been the largest U.S. city since 1790. The Statue of Liberty is a symbol of the U.S. and its ideals of liberty and peace. It has greeted millions of immigrants as they came to the U.S. by ship in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. New York City is located on the coast of the northeastern United States at the mouth of the Hudson River in southeastern New York State. It is located in the New York-New Jersey Harbor estuary, the centerpiece of which is the New York Harbor, whose deep waters and sheltered bays help the city grow in significance as a trading city. Much of New York is built on the three islands of Manhattan, Staten Island, and Western Long Island, making land scarce and encouraging a high population density. It is considered as the most densely populated major city in the United States. People living in New York can be called New Yorkers. They expect visitors to follow the social etiquette and practices when arriving and living with them in New York. Number 1 is don't forget to tip. New Yorkers rely on tips to make a living, so it is customary to leave a tip when taking the taxi, $1 at a bar for every drink you buy, or anybody who provides a beauty treatment, like hairstylists or massage therapists. Number 2 is don't dawdle. It can be tough to familiarize yourself in New York. But that doesn't give you the right to stop suddenly in the middle of climbing the stairs or right in the center of the road while crossing the traffic light. Step aside to avoid delaying other passerby. Number 3 is don't litter. After you finish drinking or eating your favorite snack or drink, the wrapper, the bottle and cans need to be thrown in the trash. It is located and visible at every street corner of New York City. Number 4 is be a good train passenger. Traveling around New York using the train is a good choice if you don't prefer taking a taxi. You are not the only one taking the train, and there tends to be a huge crowd. Give up your seat for pregnant women and elderly people. When trying to board the train, let others off first. Being considerate goes a long way. Workplaces in New York City can be a challenge for first-timers because of the differences of cultural relationship practices. A few things you will need to take note of when planning to visit or working here. Number 1 is greeting someone. The New Yorkers will shake hands with someone or nod and smile on a first greeting. Ensure to make eye contact with the person you are shaking with and give a firm handshake. Number 2 is individualism. Corporate culture in New York is designed to make people want to work and invest in themselves. They are taught to be self-reliant and not afraid to volunteer new ideas. Number 3 is trust. The employer believes that their employees should have integrity in them. Whenever the staff takes sick leave or leave work early, they will have a valid reason for it. Number 4 is low-context cultures. The communication style of the New Yorkers are direct, open and verbal. The employees will give positive feedback using words like fabulous. In business meetings, you are expected to explain your point clearly and straight to the point after making pleasantries. Number 1 is individualism versus collectivism. In New York City, the New Yorkers are raised to be independent and focus on personal goals. In Singapore, the majority of Singaporeans and local firms practice group-centeredness. Number 2 is low-context culture versus multiple culture. In New York City, the communication style is relying on words. In Singapore, the cultures are mixed as the younger generations of Singaporean exhibit more individualistic traits than the older generation.